May I have your attention, please, for this public service announcement? Awkward.
Hi, I'm DJ, and my pronouns are he, him, his, and this is, again,
Warren, and my pronouns are per, and pers. We're back at you with the second episode, or webisode, what's the appropriate? Webisode?
Webisode, I like that.
Webisode of questions in response to your, or rather, responses to your anonymous questions that you had for us. So we're going to jump right in. And the first question is it inappropriate to use identities to describe someone? DJ?
I'm mixed with that particular question, and I have mixed feelings about it. It's because sometimes the physicality of people is something that we remember the most. And so if I can say the guy with the red shirt or the guy with blue pants or whatnot, so we begin to describe how we see people. Or in a room full of white people, there's only one black person there, well then I would probably say the African American or black gentleman there, or not saying like the boy over there, because it really is sometimes helpful for people to realize who that person is. And so I have used that in different contexts, but I guess it just depends. I'm interested in what you have to say about this one.
So I am of the mindset that I work hard, if I can, like so social and political and historical identities, I try to avoid those. Like stuff that's attached to power and privilege, I try to avoid those if I can, right? So the person that I'm referencing is approximately 5'11". They have long black hair, they were wearing jeans and white tennis shoes and a black zip-up coat, so on and so forth. I might go that route. I also know that we are socialized, I like to use the word programmed, to pay attention to those physicalities, right? So like, note that I didn't offer you a gender, right? I said they. Right. I didn't offer you a race or ethnicity. I described the person's clothing, their attire, so on and so forth. But we're not socialized, or again, I like to use the word program to only use those things. People like, it was a Latino person who, like of a lighter complexion, and he was, right, so like I'm suggesting gender, so on and so forth. I think in the end, what I would highlight, folks, is like, to what end are you using those identities, right? Like, is the goal to like further stigmatize, or is the goal to give an accurate representation? You also don't know how the person, so like if I'm describing someone to DJ, I have no idea the mental image that DJ is going to portray. So if I start describing someone and I'm like, this young man was about 6 feet tall, had dreads down to his shoulders, was wearing shorts and a shirt that had Bob Marley on it, what do you picture? Who do you picture? Describe that person in more detail than I described for you.
I don't even know what to say.
Say whatever came to mind.
Like if I was, you said if I was doing this for that same person.
Right, so like I just described someone to you, but I didn't offer you additional information. What person came to mind? What race was the person that I described in your head when I described them? Dreads down to their shoulders, wearing shorts, and a t-shirt with Bob Marley on it. Who did you picture? Like, what was the race of that person?
I would say either black or African American, because of the programming.
Okay. And gender?
I would say male, or, yeah, a male.
Okay. Right. So, like, some of those things to pay attention to are some of those, like, socialized things, some of that social conditioning, right? I just as we could have been talking about a white woman. In particular, I'm describing a white woman I met because of the common religion. Right, that's what she was wearing. She had dreads, but she had blonde hair, blue eyes, right? So like, we don't always know the picture that people are creating in their heads, right? In the context of the story, right, like people associate people of color with crime at higher rates than they associate white people. They associate binge drinking at higher rates with men than they do with women, so on and so forth. So like, you want, to the extent that you can be aware of those things, be aware of them. Is it inappropriate? No. I would just elevate your awareness of about the context, the additional meaning, and you don't always know, nor can you control, and I would not invite you to try to do that, how people are going to interpret what you're saying.
Pretty,
Anyway,